Lesson: Consensus mechanisms, implications for governance. Consensus mechanisms are foundational to blockchain technology, influencing not only the technical operations of blockchain networks, but also their governance frameworks. Understanding these mechanisms is crucial for professionals seeking to specialize in blockchain governance and compliance. Consensus mechanisms, in essence, determine how decisions are made within a blockchain network. They establish the rules for validating transactions and creating new blocks, ensuring that all participants in the network agree on the current state of the blockchain. The implications of these mechanisms for governance are profound, affecting everything from decision-making processes to the enforcement of compliance standards. A primary consideration in blockchain governance is the choice of consensus mechanism, as it directly impacts the network's security, efficiency, and scalability. The most widely known consensus mechanisms are proof of work and proof of stake. POBU, utilized by Bitcoin, requires participants, known as miners, to solve complex mathematical problems to validate transactions and create new blocks. This mechanism is energy-intensive but offers robust security features. In contrast, POS, used by networks like Ethereum 2.0, selects validators based on the number of tokens they hold and are willing to stake as collateral. POS is less energy-consuming and offers faster transaction processing times, but it raises concerns about centralization and the potential for wealthy participants to exert undue influence. In practical terms, selecting an appropriate consensus mechanism requires a nuanced understanding of the network's goals and constraints. For instance, a blockchain designed for financial transactions might prioritize security and decentralization, making POW a suitable choice despite its inefficiencies. Conversely, a blockchain intended for supply chain management might value speed and scalability, favoring POS or even newer mechanisms like delegated proof of stake. Professionals in blockchain governance must assess these trade-offs carefully, considering the specific needs of their network and its stakeholders. To effectively implement these insights, professionals can utilize frameworks such as the Consensus Mechanism Evaluation Framework. This framework guides users through a systematic assessment of different consensus mechanisms, evaluating factors such as security, scalability, decentralization, and environmental impact. By applying the CMEF, organizations can make informed decisions that align with their strategic objectives and compliance requirements. One of the real-world challenges in blockchain governance is ensuring compliance with regulatory standards while maintaining the decentralized ethos of blockchain technology. Consensus mechanisms play a critical role in this balancing act. For example, the transparency and immutability inherent in blockchain networks can facilitate compliance with regulations like the General Data Protection Regulation by providing an auditable trail of transactions. However, the decentralized nature of these networks can complicate accountability and jurisdictional issues, particularly when nodes are distributed across multiple countries. To address these challenges, professionals can employ practical tools such as compliance checklists and automated compliance monitoring systems. These tools can be integrated with blockchain networks to continuously monitor transactions and flag potential non-compliance issues. Additionally, smart contracts, self-executing contracts with the terms of the agreement directly written into code, offer a powerful mechanism for automating compliance processes. For instance, a smart contract could automatically enforce transaction limits or trigger alerts if certain conditions are met, reducing the potential for human error and enhancing the overall compliance posture of the network. Case studies further illustrate the implications of consensus mechanisms for governance. The transition of Ethereum from POW to POS, known as Ethereum 2.0 or the merge, highlights the governance considerations involved in altering a consensus mechanism. This transition was driven by the need to improve the network's scalability and environmental sustainability. However, it also required extensive stakeholder engagement and coordination to ensure a smooth transition. The Ethereum community employed a decentralized governance model, leveraging mechanisms such as Ethereum improvement proposals to gather input and build consensus among stakeholders. This case study underscores the importance of inclusive governance processes and the role of consensus mechanisms in facilitating or hindering such efforts. Moreover, the implications of consensus mechanisms extend beyond technical considerations to encompass ethical and social dimensions. For instance, the energy consumption associated with POW has prompted debates about the environmental impact of blockchain technology. This has led to increased interest in more sustainable consensus mechanisms, such as POS and hybrid models that combine elements of multiple mechanisms. Professionals in blockchain governance must consider these ethical implications, balancing the need for security and efficiency with the broader societal impact of their choices. The use of scenario planning and modeling tools can aid professionals in navigating these complex considerations. By simulating the potential outcomes of different consensus mechanisms, organizations can anticipate challenges and devise strategies to mitigate risks. For example, a scenario planning exercise might explore the impact of increased regulatory scrutiny on POW networks, prompting the organization to adopt measures to enhance transparency and demonstrate compliance. Statistics further illustrate the importance of consensus mechanisms in blockchain governance. According to a report by PwC, 84% of executives surveyed indicated that blockchain solutions are being actively explored in their organizations, with consensus mechanisms identified as a critical factor in determining the success of these initiatives. This highlights the growing recognition of the strategic importance of consensus mechanisms and the need for professionals to deepen their understanding of these systems. In conclusion, consensus mechanisms are a critical component of blockchain governance, influencing the network's security, efficiency, and compliance capabilities. Professionals in this field must develop a comprehensive understanding of different consensus mechanisms, evaluating their strengths and weaknesses in the context of the network's strategic objectives. By leveraging frameworks like the CMF, employing practical tools such as compliance checklists and smart contracts, and utilizing scenario planning exercises, organizations can navigate the complexities of blockchain governance and enhance their compliance posture. The real-world examples and case studies discussed in this lesson underscore the multifaceted nature of consensus mechanisms and the importance of thoughtful, informed decision-making in this domain.